Also, what I tell farmers that the market is me and you.
You're right.
Because now we are not seeing a rabbit market in our nearest butcheries, our nearest choma zones, at our nearest hotels, restaurants where we frequently eat. So I tell that farmer, where you frequently go out and you know that hotel owner, you know that business owner that chomas meet, then if that guy doesn't have, or that lady doesn't have rabbit meat, then that's a market already.
Yeah.
And that's somebody already you know. And despite that, you also begin it at your own place, begin it at your own house.
Hi everyone, my name is Margaret Mbesa and welcome to Shift AgriHub Show. In today's show, we are joined by Justin Magiri. He is an agripreneur and a farmer with Millimag rabbits. We visited his farm today and we are going to learn more about rabbit rearing. Welcome to today's show, Justin, and thank you for setting the time to talk to us. So who is Justin and how did you get into rabbit farming?
Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Justin. Justin Magiri. I'm a passionate driver in rabbit farming, and I started it as a hobby, as for the love for the animal. And actually, it is very interesting because when I started rabbit farming, it was a downtime for me, and I was farming the rabbit for comfort, for compassion reasons. I didn't know it will translate into a business opportunity. So that's the time I realized that not only that rabbits can be viewed as meat, but also I understood why they are viewed as pets, because I'd never kept rabbits before. So that's how my journey began. And through keeping them for compassion, I found myself breeding more than 200 rabbits without selling. And that's the time now, because I was doing it out of the love, but also it was consuming my pockets. Now I was like, what else can I do with these beautiful animals? So that's how now I started doing research about rabbit farming, about benefits of keeping rabbits. I realized the nutritional aspect about the meat, and also the value chain of it all, how you can get the urine, the beneficials of the urine, how you can train people to use rabbits as a sustainable way of improving their own livelihoods. Because now something now I realized is that with urbanization, you find that people have limited spaces.
Yeah.
To keep bigger livestock. The demand for meat is growing every day. Yeah, for us in Kenya, we have yearly, I think annually, we have around 300 tons shortage of meat, just across all types of meat.
Yeah.
And now, considering climate change, considering the weathers are not predictable, you are not able to keep animals on free ranging, on using vast amounts of land, because now the lands are not doing well. So when the animals also come and consume the same, then we are taking away what we'll need in the future. So I think rabbit farming fits very well as a sustainable way, as an optional way to good meat. Yeah, because one, also is highly nutritious. They are highly prophilic animals. They give birth very fast. They look after the young ones. They're very good at looking after the young ones. So you can one rabbit can give you 30 to 40 rabbits in a year.
Wow.
Now compare that now, you know, for example, the space you need to keep a cow is a space that can be inhabited by around 30 rabbits.
Okay.
Yeah, so if one rabbit can give you on the minimum 30 rabbits in a year, so if you have 30 of them there, it means you have 900 rabbits in a year.
Yeah.
That one cow will have to go through a gestation period of 1 year. By the time it's giving birth, by the time the calf is ready for meat, that's another 2 years. So you're talking about 3 years in the same space.
Yeah.
That calf, maybe when slaughtered, give or take, give you maybe 50 or 30 kgs of meat. Yeah, that maybe can translate maybe to around 40,000, depending to where you are selling.
Yeah.
But you see from the same period, if you'll be having 900 rabbits in a year, so in 3 years you have more than 2,000 rabbits. So that is 2,700. So if you look even on the lower side, if you have 2,000 rabbits giving you an average of even a kg of meat, yeah, you're talking about 2 tons of meat. Yeah. Yeah, so 2 tons of meat, if you're selling on even the lower side of 500 per kg, yeah, you see from a farmer in that in those 3 years, you'll have recouped nearly $1 million. Compare now to you having that one cow, or the cow that gave birth and the calf in one space for the same period of time. So if you look at even the economies of space, rabbits fits very well in terms of even sustaining what we need to eat for our own consumption, because rabbits, most of the time they feed on foliage. So meaning they're reducing pressure on grains, let's say maize, that we need to continuously feed on these larger livestock.
Yeah.
So you see, like a cow can consume around 65 kgs of feed in a day, maybe 20 or 40 liters of water in a day.
Yeah.
A rabbit, the same 65 kgs can feed nearly 60 rabbits
Oh.
in the same feeding regime. The same feeding, you say today I'm feeding this cow 65 kgs and today I'm feeding 60 rabbits 65 kgs of feed. And you'll find that those rabbits, the 60 of them will give you more meat
Yeah.
compared to the cow, because also their feed conversion ratio to meat is higher than also most of the livestocks. Yeah, you find, so the amount of feed they consume is very little, and most of it they turn it into meat.
Yeah.
So you find that in terms of where we are heading with the global challenges that we are facing, I think rabbit farming and rabbit meat fits very well in that puzzle.
Yeah.
And I think it's a sustainable option that people should consider.
Yeah, for sure. Generally, at least in Kenya, it's not a type of meat that people will just walk into a supermarket or a butchery and buy. So what are the options in terms of market access? Where would farmers sell this? Where do you sell?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Wow, that's a very nice question. Now, what I can say about that, because for smallholder farmers, most of them they start with a minimum of, let's say, 3 or 2, like the way I started. They go maybe to a maximum of 10. Yeah. On the same 10 can be giving you, after a cycle of 5 months, the same 10 now can start giving you maybe 30 kgs every month of meat.
Yes.
Yeah. Now come to the question of market. When now for me now, when I decided now to get into the business side of it, of course, there's a challenge of the market, and the challenge comes where there is a lack of enough awareness for rabbit meat, and the awareness comes because of our natural habits that we are used to, and our cultural backgrounds that we are used to these types of meat, that we are not very much accustomed to this. But you find that as much as also we are keeping them as pets, you find that most of the people have their grandparents keeping them back at their homes from the urban centers they stay at. And I find like most of them go to the festivities time, they come back after festivities talking about we ate some rabbits, they were slaughtered by our grandmother and stuff.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, if you guys are eating them back at the shacks, back at the countryside, why are you not eating them in towns? So it's meat that is consumable, but now there's that gap of awareness, and that's what really affects the rabbit meat market. So I normally tell farmers, because we buy from farmers, the ones that we work with and the ones that we get to know as we keep on our journey. But also what I tell farmers that the market is me and you.
You're right.
Because now we are not seeing a rabbit market in our nearest butcheries, our nearest choma zones, at our nearest hotels, restaurants where we frequently eat. So I tell that farmer, where you frequently go out and you know that hotel owner, you know that business owner that chomas meet, then if that guy doesn't have, or that lady doesn't have rabbit meat, then that's a market already.
Yeah.
And that's somebody already you know. And despite that, you also begin it at your own place, begin it at your own house, starting eat the meat, because you're not only eating it for the market aspect, but also eating it for the nutrition aspect of it, compare now with these other meats. So when we start doing that, we will start creating more awareness about the meat. And I'm happy even we are doing this show, because we are still creating awareness about rabbit meat, and that is what is needed, because that's where the gap is, and that gap creates the question, the frequent question, as in where the market, where do you sell the market? But you find out, like when you approach these places, people are receptive, people are opting to keep the meat, to have it in their menus. But now the question comes back to availability. Now when you're not so confident to produce, then the market also does not demand enough. You see, it's a catch. There has to be a balance. So me and you are the ones who are going to create the balance. Because we have to talk about the meat at the same time. Also, we have to produce to keep the market more aware about the rabbit meat. Like for us, for example, we supply supermarket, we supply like Chandarana, we supply like online stores, we supply restaurants, we supply hotels. Originally, when I started in Mombasa.
Okay.
That's where our biggest farm is, and I think I had first 8 rejections before I made my first sale to very interestingly to a Muslim butchery. And after they knew that I had the meat, the numbers kept on going up, because they started with 5, it became 10, became 15 pieces, became 20 pieces. That's the time I knew that this meat really can be consumed.
Justin, I want to find out from you, how did you handle the rejection? I can imagine someone walking 8 times to different, maybe hotels, butcheries, getting rejected. So what kept you going? to be that resilient and persistent?
The drive, I think I had already passion for keeping the animal. And I think secondly, when they reached 200, when I started doing research, I found out now the nutritional aspect about the meat.
Yeah.
I found out how they can be bred very fast. They don't need a lot of space. Then I saw them as in they can really fit quickly in a business model. And also I knew in my mind also when I was doing research, because when I was doing research also, I walked around, I attended trainings, I attended forums about rabbit farming, and also I realized that there was that gap about rabbit meat awareness. So also as I kept getting the rejections, I think I knew what was hitting me, and I just knew that I just need to knock harder, continue knocking. Maybe this time I've not asked this way. Maybe I need to go and ask this time this way, the right way.
Yeah.
So that's how I kept on going, and also I think I'd already made the decision that people need to get to know about this meat, because the first time also me I ate it, I just connected with it, and I saw, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So something interesting, and I like what you've said. The market is you and me. We are the ones who are going to create demand for rabbit meats, and we know it's very nutritious, just like Justin has shared with us. So maybe again, Justin, you also do training, I think, for farmers as you create awareness.
Yes.
So take us through what a new farmer should do, or how can they start the production?
Yep.
What are some of the things they should look into? Maybe the breed, the food.
Yeah.
Just take us through the whole production process for anyone who would be interested to start rabbit farming or to improve even their current production.
Good.
Yeah.
I think what greatly made me to get into the training part of it, the rabbit training part of it,
Yeah.
it was the urine. The urine is the one that got me get into training, and the thing was, as I grew my network of farmers, because when I started supplying, I realized that if this thing is to grow, then I need to grow with people. You need to grow with other farmers, so we need to bring other farmers on board. So I started finding out who are other rabbit farmers who are keeping rabbits. So through going all that, now I came to realize, also I'm very climate conscious. I think that's also something now I realize when during my research that the urine can really add back or add to what I want to talk about, people being climate conscious, especially the use of pesticides and herbicides, how we can control that, how we can regulate that, because it's really endangering our soils.
Yeah.
You can just say that currently, as we speak, nearly 37% of our soils have been degraded, and maybe if we are not careful, we maybe only have maybe 60 years of farming if we continue using pesticides. You see, everybody is talking about organic farming. Even the king was here talking about organic farming, and you see, that's the way to go. And through the urine, I realized that farmers are not tapping the urine where they're keeping the rabbits, and they're not tapping the urine because they don't have the knowledge.
Right.
And the know-how of how to do it, and maybe the treasure that they keep on pouring away. So I realized that that was a great gap, because as big corporations plant trees and build dams, us here at the ground, what else can we do? Because climate action, I think it's for to everybody, yeah. So
Yeah,
you as a
it is for
person, what can you do? So to me, I thought now we can empower these smallholder farmers on training, on having the right structures of rearing rabbits, and so that now the cage is self-cleaning. Yeah, when it is self-cleaning, you're able to have this collection at an inclination level, and you have a gutter which can able to tap and collect the urine. Once you have the urine, then that can be a great utility for you at the farm, because it acts as a pest repellent, and also it acts as a fertilizer, through it being a liquid foliar. Yeah, because what it does, it repels pests. It does not kill. If you can just observe around like 30, 40 years back, you could see butterflies everywhere. But right now, even as you speak, as you go around, you don't see butterflies. And that's happening because we keep on killing caterpillars by using pesticides and using herbicides, thinking they're damaging our vegetables at the farm. They are doing harm to us, but in the end of it all, also we are doing harm to the environment. So the rabbit urine repels the caterpillars, repels the moths, repels the white flies. And once it repels, now it gives the plant a chance to absorb the nutrients, because also it's very rich in NPK, it's very rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Now compared also to other livestock droppings or that you can get. And then another plus, you need for the rabbit poop, once you harvest it, because you just sweep it and collect it. Once you harvest it, you don't need composting. Like for the ones for livestock, for cows or for goats or for sheep. Yeah, for the poop, you apply it directly to the shamba, to the farm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And yes, because once, for these other ones, once also you start composting, also you contribute to global warming, because you're releasing methane into the air. So by harvesting and applying this directly to the farm, it means the poop is a climate smart commodity for the farm. So those are the aspects that drove me into getting farmers, into training farmers on awareness of rabbit farming. And you don't farm rabbits alone. You continue keeping the other animals, continue having your own garden or your own vegetable farm. But as you're keeping rabbits, instead of using pesticides or using herbicides, then be using the rabbit urine. If you're, for example, if you're having chicken today, you're having goat tomorrow, also think about also an alternative of rabbit meat as white meat as good nutrition for your own household. So that's how we normally tell farmers. And as I told you, this animal is a compassionate animal. It is a very friendly animal. So even to the family, it's a learning animal, even for the little ones, for the kids. Kids can interact easily with the animals. They can start relating with the things of nature. They can start thinking about responsibility through feeding the rabbit, through looking after the rabbit. So it has a wholesome picture in it, and that's what we try to communicate and bring forward.
I really like that holistic way. I think sometimes when you look at a livestock or crop, we are driven by the end result, which is maybe how much profit are you going to get, the returns in terms of finance. But I like the way you've looked at rabbit farming in a more holistic manner, because you're thinking of climate. How are we contributed to climate change? How can we mitigate against the effects of climate? For example, even the feeds they need, they are so much reduced compared to maybe cows. You're tying it to inputs, the fertilizer, the droppings. So I like the way you look at it, and maybe it's encouraging for us, as viewers, to look at farming in a more, like a whole system instead of looking at rabbit and rabbits alone.
Yes.
But how is it contributed to your social well-being in terms of nutrition, in terms of responsibilities, even to young growing up children, introducing them to agriculture. So that's a great lesson. I think we have picked from you that we should, whatever we are doing, let's look at culturally or socially, and even the environment, how we are also impacting what we are doing.
Yes, because that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to pass across, because I've realized, as in also I think rabbit farming has got me into a lot of research in terms of climate, and I've come to realize now the dangers we are facing now ahead if we don't act now. And I've realized also, as I told you, as big corporations, they're acting, then you as a person, what are you doing? What are you doing to add value, to add back? Because now it needs everybody to come on board.
Yeah, those are great lessons, because you could farm the rabbits for your own home consumption, or to have as foliar instead of buying pesticide. You use that, and those are the savings. So it's not necessarily how much you're getting in the market, but what are the savings that you can have in your farm.
Yes, and even I know big farms that are keeping rabbits, but they're keeping rabbits specifically for the urine, nothing else.
Oh wow.
Now they harvest the urine and use it for their crop farming and flower farmings. And specifically now they just call me, Justin, just come and take the meat. I think now these rabbits are too many, reduce them. But they say actually the money that comes from the meat is just like other income or additional income, but they don't consider it as a main income. Because their main income comes for the utilization of the urine into their farms.